Well, good to see you guys tonight. Thank you for letting me do this remotely. I'm sorry that I inadvertently double booked our time. So, what we want to look at today is chapter 3 here, and I can just take myself out. And we're continuing to look at this idea of syllables. Now, I want to give you a resource. If you haven't run across this yet, the word in Hebrew, I think this lady's name is Ayelet. She is a native speaker. She does a great job. Simple rules. Uh, I would give her a look in terms of that. And she actually sells these products, and I bought more than one of them. It's fantastic. And so, several things, syllable by syllable, reinforce what you've read in the textbook. Uh, this is visually helpful. So, this is the Hebrew Bible doing the difference between the Nikud and the cantillation marks. And then also, looks like there's some things here reading Hebrew loud, and Ayelet's, if I'm remembering her name rightly, has even some short videos. So I would encourage you to follow that and to see if that supplements and helps. In terms of our material, we can look at this. So listen to a native speaker. I am not sure why that went away, but listen to the native speaker here. In terms of understanding Hebrew syllables better, um, the thing to understand in Hebrew is that if you think of this as a C representing a consonant and a V representing a vowel, and I know we're reading from left to right, but if you do it that way, you have either an open syllable or a closed syllable. So a closed syllable starts and ends with a consonant, and an open syllable ends in a vowel. So if we come to bara, create, the ba part is going to be the open pattern, and the ra will be the closed pattern. And so if we do that, and there is a great website called the Hebrew Cafe. The author of that website has done this for us. And so we have an open syllable, a closed syllable, closed, open, closed, open, open, closed, closed syllable, open, open, closed, open, closed, open, open, closed. Now, where that comes into play, excellent textbook. I don't know if you have access in Logos, but it's worth getting this Kurtz and Jossberger. They have this nice rule, knowing the difference between a silent schwa and a vocal schwa. They do it this way. A long vowel means a loud schwa, and a short vowel is sh, meaning silent. And as we go through this, we'll kind of point out places where that comes into play. But part of the reason for knowing open and closed syllables is so you can determine whether it's a short vowel or a long vowel, silent schwa or vocal schwa. Van Pelt, another fantastic guide. This biblical Hebrew, a compact guide. That's worth getting and going through over and over. Just fantastic things. What he's going to say is that every syllable must begin with one consonant and have only one vowel. So davar, it has to be da, var. There are only two types of syllables, open and closed. Open syllables end in a vowel. Closed syllables end in a consonant. So da is open and var is closed. So kind of straightforward. Now, for our day 2 objectives, we want to learn the next 15 words. And so Cole used 4,000 plus times, means the whole or all. It can take the definite article. It appears a lot of places, so you want to go ahead and learn that. Low appears everywhere, so it's the word not. Ben is the word sun. Key, I would learn it as that first. When I did these vocabulary words, I exported them from Logos, so I just had Logos export the top 500 words with the dictionary definitions that they have. So this may not reflect what I would put first. When I learned key, I learned it as that. That's where I start. If that doesn't work, I'll try when or because. We have funny word he is she. So my Hebrew professor said Hebrew is the only language where who is he, and he is she, and me is who, and dog is fish. So kind of a funny way, but you can get 4 words if you can remember that. Who is he, and he is she, and me is who, and dog is fish. Haya is the triradical root for being, and the tetragrammaton is probably related to this. I am who I am, and the tetragrammaton kind of looks like the verb he is who he is, he was who he was, he will be who he will be. Atem is you, and it's the masculine plural form of you. And you can see all these words are appearing thousands of times. Israel, an initialism, I guess, the man who wrestles with God or something like that. Ke is like or as. It will be attached to the word it follows. Ki will not be attached. So cat is like. Asa is do, make, or act. Eretz appears everywhere. Land. And then we come to bow. So, it's usually going to have a holum here. For some reason, when Logos list verbs, they don't point the verbs. So some of the lexica don't do that either. It's kind of how you know something is a verb. They don't vocalize it. Some students have wished that they would. If I had been on top of things, I would have gone and put all the pointing in terms of all 500 words. I have not been able to do that yet. So whenever you come to a word and it has no vocalization, know that Logos is telling us it's a verb. If it has an unpointed vav in it, assume it's an O class. Otherwise, assume it's a comet's hey and a pata. If that's not what it is, we'll correct it as we go. Ish is man. Some people think Ish may mean something like noble man. Yom, you probably already know, means day, and Melech means king. Abimelech, my father is the king, something like that. Uh, we want to read some Hebrew every time we come together, and make sure you use ACOT. Um, this link will take you to a sample of what ACOT does, and it's very helpful when you're reading something like this. This is fairly straightforward. Not, and this word is to us, not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name. So that's you, that's to, and then the Shem, to your name, give. So this is an imperative of Natan. And you probably know the word glory already, kavod. So not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name give glory. Uh, for the sake of your hesed and for the sake of your, so this ka is the you masculine singular. For the sake of your hesed, you probably heard that word before, loving kindness, covenantal faithfulness, loyalty, commitment. Really hard to translate this word. And then emet is the word truth. So because of your hesed and because of your truth. So fantastic text to read. We also, just in terms of biblical theology, this is interesting. It says Elohim created on the seventh day his work, almost an exact duplicate of the description of Moses finishing the tabernacle in Exodus 40:33. So it's led a lot of people to believe that Genesis 1 is presenting the universe as a temple, cosmic temple. So not too hard of a chapter. We're still kind of getting our sea legs, just reading. And so you want to do that. Of course, there are 2 quizzes for this week, quiz 3A, and this is just be able to read this out loud. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim va'et haaretz hayita tohu vavohu ve'choshek al pnei tehom ve'ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or vayehi or Vayar Elohim et haor kitov, vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein hahoshek. Vayikara Elohim laor yom, ve'lachoshek kara layela. Vayihi erev, vayihi voker, yom ehad. So that's through day 1. Not expecting you to translate it, but do work on your pronunciation. Of course, if you have access to Logos, let me make this just a tad bigger if we can. You can get the free Hebrew audio. Abraham Samuelov. And if you get that, you can go to chapter 1. We'll listen to him do 1 through 5. So here it goes. He's going to say a little bit at the start just to show us where we are, and then he'll read, and I'll follow along with the cursor. So here we go. We'll read through 1 through 5.
חמישה חומשי תורה, ספר בראשית, פרשת בראשית.
Here we go.
בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ויאמר אלוהים, יהי אור, ויהי אור. וירא אלוהים את האור כי טוב, ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך. ויקרא אלוהים לאור יום, ולחושך קר הלילה, ויהי ערב ויהי בוקר, יום אחד.
So that's a very good reader, native reader. A second reader is Victor Kalashar. You can get this collection in both Logos or in Accordance. I ended up getting this for both of them. I like the Accordance in that you can do one verse at a time, and so often in class I'll pull up in Accordance, and you can follow along and listen to Victor this way.
בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ.
So that's a fantastic thing, and since it's you can do one at a time, it's great. The Logos version has the same speaker, but he's doing a whole chapter, and so what we'll do here is I'll let him read the whole thing, and I'll do like I did with Abraham Shmuloff. But this will be Victor Kalashar. So here we go in Logos.
בראשית. בראשית, פרק א'.
So here we go.
בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ויאמר אלוהים,
יהי אור.
ויהי אור. וירא אלוהים את האור כי טוב, ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך. ויקרא אלוהים לאור יום, ולחושך קרא לילה. ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר, יום אחד.
So you can tell they're both, native speakers. Victor does say his resh a little differently. I can't do what he's doing, but it seems like it's a little rolled or trilled to me. Abraham doesn't do that. They're both native speakers, and so we want to just hear fluent native speakers, and we want to try to copy them. I would put Ayelet in that class as well, and maybe we can just listen to her, and you can.
Raised in Israel, and Hebrew is my native language. Now, Hebrew is read from right to left, so to read these verses, we will start from the right and make our way toward the left, word by word, line by line. We will look at each word and each syllable individually. The accents are marked with capitals, and the sound ch is indicated by the letters kh together. First, I will read the verses in fluent Hebrew, then we will go over and pronounce each word slowly, syllable by syllable. We will then read the verses once again, this time a bit faster. Now let's begin. Genesis 1:1 בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ.
So you get the idea. Um, so I would encourage you to um, certainly get the Abraham Shmuloff audio. That's free. It should work with your module. I believe you have the Lexham Hebrew Bible as part of the package that Birmingham Theological Seminary starts you off with. Um, you you might want to buy Victor Kalashar as well, and certainly use all the free material that's hyperlinked in the textbook material. So we're on our way. We're learning an ancient language, thousands of years old, written in a much different way than English is. Make sure that you get down very well your, what is it now, top 30 words. I am looking forward to us looking at biblical theology, the benefit of being able to read Hebrew in the original language, to get to the place where you can volume read, where you find yourself reaching for the Hebrew Bible instead of the ESV because the Hebrew Bible is just easier to understand. That can happen. You're preaching through Ecclesiastes and you take an hour and a half and you read through the whole thing in Hebrew. It's amazing. It's amazing what you'll be able to see. But that journey, the journey to the place where you can volume read, starts here with learning how to read these syllables, to look at open and close. We live in a great place today where we have so many tools and we have native speakers where we can learn and then test what we're saying with what they are saying. And it's going to be a great journey. So I encourage you, if you have any questions at all, my email line is always open, and I'm very happy if you need to talk to me one-on-one to set up a time where we can do that. Again, thank you for letting me be at the fundraiser on Thursday. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again next time.